They might get chance to do that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have 6:30, I call this meeting of the General Government Public Safety Committee to order. Attendance is given. Right, if you'd rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I guess I added the Pledge of Allegiance to the agenda.
It should be, it's on this copy, I don't know if it's,
Oh, it's not on the online one.
sorry about that.
That's okay.
We're just throwing a little curveball at it. See who-
Comments from citizens? Hearing none, moving on to the Veterans Day Proclamation.
Proclamation will be had and read at Wednesday night at 6:30 at the Baptist Church in the sanctuary. We'll be having that program Wednesday night, 6:30 at the Baptist Church.
Thank you. Moving on to Public Safety, Police Department, activity reports in your packet. Bob, is there anything you want to point out?
Not really, no, sir. I've got a couple things after my activity.
Understood. Any questions or comments? Moving on to other. So you had stuff you want to bring up?
Yeah, if I could not reference my report, but,
Okay.
I've got the opportunity, I was approached by Boone Electric Community Trust. And they sent me an email and said, hey, we've got this money, you've never applied, why don't you apply? So I got to thinking about this, and I got email back and forth here and there. And Boone Electric Community Trust could possibly either pay for the whole thing or a part of a radar trailer for the city of Centralia. Anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 on what I've gotten from the three manufacturers I've seen.
Bob, I didn't understand, on what?
Radar trailer,
Okay, Red Hot Trail.
like
Okay,
the one I
gotcha.
borrowed from
Yeah,
Rick
yeah,
County.
we talked about that.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, and they requested a bunch of financial stuff and everything else, but why I'm bringing it up is because I have to have your all's blessing to say, yes, go ahead and try and seek this thing out before I can actually do it. I believe that's an ordinance. So that's what I'm asking for. As of right now, I don't know what kind of money they're talking. I know my contact said that they could finance the whole thing. So the fact is, depending on, you know, I have to give them 3 different quotes from, or 2 or 3 they said, and I've got 3 actually already. And like I said, they go anywhere from about $7,000 up to almost 11 actually. So, is one better than the other? I don't know. So I just need to know if it would be okay with the board if I would go ahead and see what we can do with this thing, with this grant from Boone Electric Community Trust.
Let's see when.
I don't think we need an ordinance, I just let the board know maybe a motion.
We talked about it, you know, that the good thing about them is they're mobile, they're visible, they give you we got a lot of analytics from.
Right, this is the same thing. The way I looked at this was I asked for all 3 companies offer some type of a traffic software that you can download the data off of and everything else. So I mean, they all 3 offer a lot of the same things.
Okay.
So I mean.
So is the grant just for community improvement or?
Boone Electric Community Trust donates money to a lot of places.
All right.
If you happen to go onto their website and look at their website, you see there's a ton of different places they give money to. And I know a lot of their money comes from like their Roundup program with Boone Electric and, you know, Roundup the next dollar and this and that. But, so like I said, they didn't even balk when I said, you know, $7,000 to $10,000. So, I mean,
But it's an opportunity for us to get something that we actually need.
yeah, and
We've talked
like I
about
said,
it before, I mean.
I've gotten Boone counties now. I mean, currently out here on Columbia Street, and I'm assuming he's still there because I haven't got a report from him yet. But
It was there a few minutes ago.
okay, so it's still there, and he's supposed to pick that up sometime this week. I'm supposed to get the report from it. I don't have that report yet. So, so anyway, that's what I'm asking.
I think there's a maximum of $10,000 that they grant, but they do go up to 10,000. And
Yeah.
they'll do all sorts of things.
Because, like I said, the list is really long.
Would you want a motion?
Sure.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
A motion and a second, all those in favor, say aye. All
Thank
those
you.
opposed?
Perfect. I will probably bring a name to you all next week. I talked to Mayor earlier today about a part-timer, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Just to let you know. I lost one, so I want to replace it, so.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I got.
There was a monthly report from Bob in the packet. Any questions or comments? Okay, moving on. Fire department activity. Actually, I don't see an activity report. Go right from that to part of it. Would you like to tell us about your activity?
Another month in Centralia. I mean, it's the same stuff going on daily. We did our Halloween thing, and we did it safely, we did a sign, we marked it off 6 feet, and we had about 300 plus kids and stuff.
Threw in a candy yet?
No, we let them come to the table and pick one up and leave, we didn't touch it, so. We got that done, now we're gonna venture off into Christmas, hopefully. That won't be too big of an issue with this stuff going on, but we might have to limit our way we sack it, you know, and instead of having a whole bunch of people come over helping and having fun, we might have to.
I'll step out, so there's room.
That's
Take
awfully
one
nice of
team.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
For a
sacrifice.
team player.
Huh?
For a team player.
Yeah,
Somebody's gotta do it, you know.
and then, equipment wise, I don't, Heather sent me a thing that we didn't get the grant for the air packs. We have had 2 of them, but we've gotten rid of 2 of them because they went bad in the last couple times, so that's something we're gonna have to think about sooner or later, what we're gonna do.
We have an idea what a pack costs. Ballpark, I mean,
$6 grand.
How many are you looking at?
How
many are you looking for?
We had, I think, 12 or so in the grant, but we also put the air machine to fill them up, being the pressure was gonna get changed and stuff. So I think that grant was up around 175, 180 or so, what we tried for.
You didn't get any part of it.
it's pretty important,
Huh?
pretty important. Accessories.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have it.
How many working packs do you have now, just curiosity?
Probably 10, 11, something.
Judy, what's the lead time on getting them? I mean, does it take months to get them, or can you buy them overnight?
Yeah, you know, everything right now is, yeah, I would say it would take months.
The 2 that you had to get rid of, was it just because of age or they?
Well, we've gotten, the last ones we got came from Columbia, Columbia and Boone County got on the grant probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And went and got a whole bunch of new ones, and we took their hand-me-downs, which are well used, but.
I'm just wondering if what you have left is about the same age or
Oh, yeah.
the same condition.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the same batch.
That's
wow.
the same.
So you're starting to have failures with what you have, so the life cycle seems to be
I mean,
running
yeah, I
out.
mean, they've done.
What you've
everything.
inherited, that would be fair to say. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna expect more failures when you take hand-me-downs, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because I was gonna ask that, what's typically the life cycle of one, probably how it's maintained, how much it's used?
I mean, you gotta get the bottles, recertified
Certified,
every so often, but the packs themselves, you know, they're,
The bad thing is with those packs, I don't know if you all know this, I've got about almost 20 years experience and stuff, is the fact is they quit making parts for them.
Yeah.
So the fact is you can't rebuild them because the parts aren't good, so.
possible at least to replace the two that you had there?
You know, we played the game with the truck, you know, like lease purchase or whatever you wanna call it, we did. I mean, that might be something we gotta look into, I don't know. It's
Do
just-
we have any available monies?
Just see, do we have a budget?
Do we get
So
some?
let's hear,
We
let's
have
hear
a
from,
budget for the fire department, so, I don't have the financial statements in yet, but, we'll talk this week and we might have something that we can present by
Monday
Um,
meeting.
Maybe
Depending
get a
on
couple
how
of
much
them.
it ends up costing, we may not have to actually bring it to the board if it's already a budgeted item based on our personal, or our purchasing policy that we've
Okay,
adopted.
good work there, right? So-
Yeah, but we'll update you all.
Anything
Other
else?
than that, it's going right along.
Moving on to emergency management.
I included in my memo just some information about this. I don't know if you all had a chance to look at it, but we have operated a program. I don't even see it in the packet here either. Did you see it in here?
The only memo I see from you is about the betterment and the
Yeah,
blight.
yeah, that's what I got, but I don't have
It was in the first one. I don't know
It's
what
the, it's the second page of the one that's online.
the memo is, but not the actual, I have a copy of a policy that I wrote. I'll go get some copies of it when we break, but, basically, in all the research that I've done, because a lot of cities are interested in our program that we do for the reimbursement for, blighted properties, and I found that the board never adopted a policy for ours. It's been budgeted each year since FY '08, I believe, $7,500 a year, but there's no actual policy, there was no motion, there was a lot of discussion about it, and we had an attorney's opinion on it. And we developed a form, and we have utilized this program a lot. So, I wrote a policy resolution for it to give some guidance, and it'd be helpful for you guys to be able to see that first. I don't know, I know it was in the packet originally, but, so, that's just, I'd really just like your input, but, sorry, you don't have it to look at, so.
So get it during the in-between meeting.
I will, yeah, I'll go print some copies real quick.
Protective inspection, community betterment and assistance, the blight.
Oh, that's what I was talking about,
Yeah.
sorry, I
I was
jumped
gonna say,
ahead,
'cause I think that's
I jumped ahead.
general government and finance, economic development. I think there's a chamber.
They haven't had a meeting.
Okay. Park board, there's the agenda in your packet. And meeting minutes. Any questions or comments? Moving on, cemetery report, none?
There are meeting minutes in the packet. There was an
I'm sorry, yeah, there is.
advisory committee meeting, just to discuss what direction they need to go to start trying to identify those unidentified spot spaces in the cemetery. And there's a research team that was formed that evening, so.
Gotcha. Did you report none? Library board meeting minutes are in your packet. Any questions or comments? We've got billed over $1,250.
Mike, I'll ask you, these bills in here for like 4404, these Bartlett West Water System Assist, all this, those two there, were they scheduled? That's nothing new, that was part of what we figured in the package, it's not a surprise, right?
That's all, they've got allotted money for that.
Okay, perfect, so if we know. Okay.
Any other questions? The October financials are in.
They are not ready, I'll expect to have those on Monday.
Any other general government? Any as may arise?
What is, I know we had the deal a week ago for Halloween. What is the burn regulations in the city of Centralia?
That you are not allowed to burn between sunset and sunrise. You can only burn you're supposed to only burn during daylight hours. We do have exceptions. If someone has like a fire pit in their backyard and they just have a little fire, it's usually, and it's contained, they're watching it, they have not had an issue with that. If it is, bonfires are not allowed. That's absolutely not allowed. If somebody's burning their leaves, they can burn. They're not allowed to burn on city right of way. Storm sewer grates, they're not allowed to burn. So, what, do you have anything else?
You pretty much covered it.
What happened on Halloween?
Somebody had a bonfire.
In town?
And they were told to put it out, and they told the officer they were just letting it burn down, and then they started putting more wood on the fire. So then our chief shut it down. And
Half a forest and all that.
It was pretty impressive.
it was pretty good.
It got big again.
You didn't see the flames they were shooting out.
Yeah, it was.
Supposedly it
Was it
started
propane?
with like 6 pallets. Did you see when they first lit it?
Yeah, I
Was it
got a
like 6
picture of
pallets? Is that what it was?
it. It was huge.
Because then,
I bet the flames were 12 foot tall.
that would be about right.
And I was the one that called it in. And one of your officers drove by and reported it was contained. You can do that. And I said, that's not what the city ordinance says.
Well, and then what happened was, I got a call. Officer went over there, it had burned down by then. I told them, don't put any more on it, let it burn down. Well, then evidently, I called again. I went over there, and they had thrown big logs.
I bet they were shooting flames out of that propane tank as long as this counter right
Oh,
here.
see, I never heard anything about the
Yeah.
propane tank.
Yeah.
Nothing about
It was
propane.
probably sitting from the fire from being at that
There was
church.
no word about a propane tank. All I saw was some guy jumping over the fire.
Yeah, they were shooting a flame as long as this.
Yeah, there was nothing said about a propane tank.
Oh, and they do not burn within 25 feet of another structure.
How many packs you think you need?
I mean, my thing is we got on to Darren Adams, and then we let this one burn down.
Well, the thing is, Landon, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? The thing is, when this initially happened, we thought we had it fixed, done, finished. Well, then it went over on again, so. I don't know that they'll ever do it again.
I had one that I called in because we'd had some people come to a meeting complaining about, burning and foul stuff. burning,
Right,
that kind of
right.
thing. And we had one, I don't know when it was, before this, and it was large enough I could see it through the trees and through the back side yard there behind the Chance Apartments. It was over towards probably your all's part of town, And I called it in, and she said and it got taken care of, I think, because it went out, but, there's some people that I think we just gotta watch for it, you gotta report it.
And I think part of the thing wasn't this one, was the fact is the people you were talking to. Okay? We'll just leave it
I'll
at
go
that.
along with that.
We'll just leave that at that, and, so.
Where you go?
Any other items from your rise? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Second motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? We stand adjourned.